Rella, do you think it was a foul?
Yeah, I mean, if you're a referee, right, in a day and age, and maybe the world's always been like this, but in a day and age where liability is a big thing, right? That's why we all have insurance, because you just don't know what's going to happen. The referee can't look at that play and say it's not a foul.
Yeah.
Because the image is there, and then people will say, well, the image is there, so how can you explain it? He can't go back and say, oh, it's soft. So he doesn't want to be liable for that moment. So the image is there. And whether you like it or not, in today's game, that's a foul, because not only he stomps his foot, but he also pulls his shirt. So it's a foul. Now, I think what Nige is alluding to, and I think this is an important point too, is that the VAR was never brought in to do that, right? So now there's like two camps forming. There's people that hate VAR and then people that think VAR has made the game better, right? I think VAR is a very useful tool. I just think that the way they write the rules and the way they're using it currently is not consistent across the board, and that's causing a lot of the discrepancies and a lot of the problems that we're having. They don't know when and how to use it. It's getting used sometimes, not getting used other times. And like I mentioned to you earlier, to everyone, the chip in the ball, is there a chip in the ball? No. I mean, we cover football for a living. I don't know. Is there a chip in the ball? Like,
yes, there's a chip in the ball.
But only when they want the chip in the ball. And then when it rains, does the chip work? So I think the technology is ahead of what we're able to, how we're able to apply it to the game, if that makes any sense. So I think the technology is ultimately good. I think that the way we're using it maybe can be improved.
If you're given that as a foul, you're actually going 110 yards back and saying, sorry, that was a foul. We're going to disallow one of the best goals of the tournament. I think, and I can say what I want on here, I think it's utter and complete bollocks.
Yeah, it was a foul though.
No, Micah, the referee didn't give it. It was never ever enough to say sorry. That is a clear and obvious foul. I agree with clear and obvious,
but we've seen those given in the World Cup, haven't we?
But we've seen them not given, so therefore it's not a clear and obvious foul.
Once it went to VAR, it was obviously going to give it.
Of course it was, but it's never. It's not that much of a howler to say we're going to go 110 yards further back and we're going to rule that out. They're saying that's a complete and utter foul. The referee didn't give it, so the referees earlier on in the tournament were not given those fouls.
They weren't. I'm totally with you, Alan, but the problem is we will never, ever get consistency from VAR because they changed their tune. They weren't involved much at the start of the tournament. Then they want to get involved. Now they're being more involved. Now they'll probably go less involved because there'll be a bit of a stink about this one. The problem is not necessarily all the people doing VAR. The problem is VAR itself.
I agree with all of you. I don't like VAR. I think it was a foul. It was a soft foul, but I think what happened there was, I think that it was subconscious bias, because VAR is supposed to be, we're going to make it everything so it's not a contentious.
Subconscious bias.
Subconscious bias with the bigger clubs, with the bigger teams. Yeah. I've seen it happen in my own career where referees favour bigger players, bigger teams, and I've played for big teams and I've played for smaller teams as well. So it's human nature.
You know, I don't think any of us think they're deliberately.
No, they're not deliberately
or anything like
that.
No, but there is
conspiracy.
A subconscious thing.
A subconscious thing where,
possibly,
you know, everyone loves Argentina, everyone loves Messi. You know, and they found a tiny little foul in the build-up. But in fairness to them, there was no change of phase. So from the laws of the game, their laws, they can go back and look at it, and it's a foul. It's not a foul. You know, you think it is, and I think it is, but it wasn't enough to rule out that goal.
Over 100 yards further back. I mean, come on, seriously.
I understand it's the beginning of the offensive play. The foul actually occurred, obviously, in the defensive half of Egypt. And therefore, it was then ran over the halfway line, ran into Argentina's half, creating the opportunity for the goal to end up in the back of the net. Now, the controversial talking point is, should video review have intervened full stop? Was it too far gone? I will say this. I do not want to see a video review intervening so far back. That is not why video review was introduced to our game. It's not to re-referee decisions. It was such a controversial slight tap on the toe. To take that type of goal away is inexcusable. It's not good enough for our game. I just think that these types of decisions are becoming disgraceful in soccer. I don't want to see referees take that whistle out their mouth. We have to give the referee power on the field back again. Video review, you're making all the decisions right now. So why don't we just remove the referee from the middle of the field and just have a computer or a human being who's just watching replays make those decisions? What's the point in having a referee? I just think it was a disgraceful decision. It has no part in our game that video review should intervene for such a slight contact, which I don't even think was a foul. Argentina were lucky on that one.
الحكم نو فير ريفري نو فير ظلم مبين وواضح بيضيع مجهود بلد كاملة من أول الماتش هو جاي علينا مش هينفع نخرج كده كسبانين 2-0 أرجنتين بطولة موجهة حسب الله نعم الوكيل.
Egypt! Egyptians! Pharaohs! Wallahi! I don't even know how to speak right now, yeah? I am not Egyptian, but I'm a Salah fan. I'm an Egyptian fan, yeah? It hurts me so deeply, not because Egypt are out, but because football will never feel the same again. We all watched the game, yeah? We all saw what we saw. And honestly, even if I speak, even if I shout, even if I cry, nothing will change the result. But what nobody can change is the pride Egypt gave us. From the first whistle, you fought, you believed, you carried your flag with honor, yeah? Pharaohs, lift your heads up. You carried us this far. You made people believe. You made people dream. To every single player, thank you. Tonight is painful, but pain is proof that we cared. Egypt, you may believe in the World Cup, but you are leaving with respect, with honor, and with millions of hearts standing with you. Be proud. Pharaohs, you fell with dignity, and you rose in our hearts. Man, I'm so emotional. Allah!
Premier League legend Alan Shearer did publicly criticize the VAR consistency on X, formerly Twitter, after the match. He was frustrated because VAR went back to rule out Mostafa Zico's goal for an earlier foul, but a similar standard wasn't used when Egypt wanted a penalty for a shirt pull on Hamdy Fathy right before Argentina's winning goal. Alan Shearer: either both are fouls or neither is a foul. But they're not going to re-referee, they told us. Garry Kasparov, chess legend, accused FIFA of looking like a corrupt joke and playing favorites for stars, adding on X, Croatia robbed, now Egypt. But you cannot shame the shameless. Fernando Guerrero, former World Cup VAR official, stated that the referee and VAR made a massive mistake disallowing Egypt's goal, explaining that there was no clear foul on the Argentine defender, and Argentina had plenty of time to reset their defensive shape anyway. When you pull off a footballing masterclass under the absolute highest pressure imaginable, you don't just win a match. You force the toughest critics and legendary icons of global football to completely stand up and applaud. What Argentina just did on the pitch to survive this dramatic 3-2 thriller against Egypt wasn't just a win. It was an absolute emotional roller coaster that has left the entire world in complete meltdown. But let's be completely honest. The real heart of the night wasn't just the final scoreline. It was the massive, undeniable controversy surrounding VAR that has left fans, pundits, and global legends completely convinced that Egypt was brutally robbed on the biggest stage of them all. We heard Premier League icon Alan Shearer absolutely buzzing and losing his mind over the shocking inconsistency of the officiating, breaking down how VAR completely changed the destiny of both nations. To have legendary figures openly calling out the decisions tells you everything you need to know about the two massive turning points that sparked global outrage. First, the completely disallowed 3-0 goal where Mostafa Zico put Egypt in dreamland, only for VAR to ruthlessly wipe it off for a minor build-up foul. And then, the ultimate insult, the completely denied penalty for a blatant shirt pull on Hamdy Fathy, with a referee wave play on, allowing Argentina to immediately counterattack down the other end and score Enzo Fernández's 93rd minute winner. When icons of that stature, legendary figures who know exactly what it takes to survive the brutal pressure of a World Cup knockout match, are all in total agreement that the officiating completely shifted the game, there is no more room for debate. Egypt gave it everything, but the system broke them. This historic, chaotic night leaves us with a massive question as the tournament heats up. With Argentina surviving this colossal scare through the skin of their teeth and heavy VAR controversy, is anyone actually capable of stopping the defending champions, or was this match proof that the system is heavily favoring the Giants? And out of all the turning points, which decision did you think was the most scandalous? Zico's disallowed goal that would have made it 3-0, or the denied penalty right before Argentina's winner? Drop your tactical breakdowns and your tournament predictions in the comment section below. I read every single comment. So let's get the debate started right now. If you want to keep up with the deepest football analyses, high-retention tactical breakdowns, and exclusive insights into how the game's greatest legends view today's superstars, make sure you smash that like button right this second. It massively helps the channel grow and lets the algorithm know we are delivering the best football content on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you never miss an upload. Before you head out, the football documentary drama does not stop here. Click right now on the video appearing on your screen to jump straight into our next deep dive, where we uncover another incredible football narrative you absolutely cannot afford to miss. Thank you so much for watching. Keep supporting the channel, and I will see you guys in the very next video.